Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. You know what's interesting in this world? When, they say, like, if you are looking for a red car, you'll see all the red cars. You know how they do that, Rohan?
Yes.
After we first had our first visit with Brendan Irwin, I started seeing so many people with prosthetic legs. And I thought, wow, have they always been there? I just didn't notice them or what? I mean, sitting here at the Paddock Mall, you see so many people walking by. And I guess I just didn't know. And I didn't even realize that they didn't all look like legs, like the lady from... Dancing with the Stars, the lady who lost a leg from the Boston bombing guy.
Right.
I mean, her prosthetic leg looks like a leg, but many of them don't. They look like pogo sticks or something. Is it okay to say that? Brendan Irwin is here. He is a certified prosthetist orthotist.
You're getting good. Getting good.
Orthotist or orthotist? Orthotist, okay. Jeez. At Mid-Florida Prosthetics and Orthotics, and you have invited Rob Miller to join you, and Rob has a prosthetic leg, your left leg, correct? Good morning to both of you, Rob and Brendan. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So you went to Haiti. Can I ask you about that one first?
Sure.
An orphanage.
Yes.
Wow.
It was my sister's a nurse practitioner, pediatric nurse practitioner, and she worked in pediatric oncology for a time, and I think just was ready for a change. And when that earthquake hit back in 2010, had gone down to Haiti and really fell in love with the people and the country. And There's obviously a big need down there. And so it's been about a year. She decided to completely uproot her life and move down there. There's an organization called Children of the Promise. It's an orphanage, and she's taking care, directing all the medical needs for the kids that are there, the international staff that's there, and helping to put on programs and for the local community. And she had reached out to me. There's a young boy, Anderlin, who has spina bifida. And as you would suspect, they don't have access to some of the care that we have up here. And she said, hey, do you think Mid-Florida would make braces for this kid? I said, absolutely. I didn't even have to call the owner. I knew he'd be thrilled to help out in that way. And I said, but we need cast. Right? We need someone that. And so she ended up.
Can you explain what that means? You need cast?
Well, we needed to get an impression of his feet.
Okay.
So we could make the braces.
Okay.
And so she had a physical therapist, a friend of hers that was down there, and they found a local hospital. It was about 45 minutes away. They were able to get casts of the young boy and shipped them up to us. We had braces made and sent down to him. And this was a kid that had difficulty ambulating, but once we made the braces, he have great video footage of it.
Is that right?
Wow. He's walking and all the kids are.
How old is he?
He's
about.
I think he's 3.
So he'll need to get new ones as he grows older, right? And gets bigger?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, kids, you're going to plan on about once a year, you're going to need to replace the braces just because they...
What are they made out of?
It's a plastic, a polypropylene, a heat moldable plastic. So what we do is we take those casts, we fabricate a positive model, so we get the shape that we're looking for, and you take into account the anatomy and the weakness and all these things, and this is where our schooling comes into play. But then what we do is we heat plastic in it's basically like a pizza oven. It heats the plastic up. We pull it right over the mold, apply vacuum. It gives us the shape, and then we have a great technical staff that finishes them up, buffs them, trims them out, and then so we sent this down to Haiti, and I said, geez, do you have more kids that need help? She says, matter of fact, we have quite a lot.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so it was great. The owner, he immediately didn't even flinch and said, let's plan a trip.
So that's all out of pocket for you. They don't have any money either, right?
It is. Currently, we're in the process of actually establishing a non-for-profit. and getting other people involved. So this initial trip was, we went down, we saw 15 kids. We took lots of casts, had a great time. The group down there were wonderful hosting us, and they were thrilled, of course, that we were down there. And but yeah, we're staring at all the work we have to do between now and when we go back down. But we're excited to do that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that if you start asking for donations, they'll start coming in. I mean, everybody supports that kind of thing. So
absolutely,
good for you for doing that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Are you? Do we call you Doctor Brendan?
No.
We don't call you Doctor. So would Rob Miller be not your patient then? What would he be?
Well, he
friend.
Both. He and I met. It's been a couple years.
It's
now?
probably about, I would say it's close to 5 years,
5 years?
since I first came in contact with Brendan in mid-Florida.
And that was because you needed a prosthetic, or
No, my first was I had lost 2 toes from my amputation,
okay.
and I needed, the doctor, the surgeon that I had advised me to get diabetic shoes, which would have a mold inside of them to replace the amputation that I had.
Okay.
And they gave me a prescription, and
Because 2 toes, you still if you miss 2 toes, you can't walk.
you can still walk, but it does inhibit
It's not as easy.
what
huh?
you can do. It's not as serious as if you lose your big toe. If you lose your big toe, you're in a lot of trouble,
Is that right?
because that's where all your balance comes from.
Wow.
I had actually lost my 3rd and 4th toe at first. And then 6 months after that, I had the rest of my toes amputated. And they went back in and they filled actually the front of the foot with whatever material they used.
So that's a prosthetic in a sense, isn't it? The toe.
a prosthetic in a sense in the shoe.
But
yes.
you don't wear it. It's in your shoe.
It's in the shoe. Like my foot it was molded to my foot, or what was left of my foot.
Okay.
And then 6 months after that, I had the rest of the front half of my foot taken off,
My goodness.
and they adjusted it to that. And then 6 months after that is when I had my leg removed.
How high?
About 5 inches below my knee, maybe.
below the knee.
Well,
So come-
hopefully you're done. I mean, it sounds like it's creeping up with.
Well, my problem was from diabetes, and it was just different infections. And the doctors had told me I can go every 6 months. I'll be back in the hospital for another infection working its way up my leg, or I could just. The decision was to take it above the leg, above where the infection problems were starting from. And that's what my decision was. I'm like, why do I want to go into the hospital every 6 months and have to get used to it? Let me just go above the problem.
Wow.
And there's a lot that goes into it, because are you making the right decision or you're not? And it's a life-changing decision.
So obviously, if you hadn't done it, you would have died. I mean, without the amputations, you don't live.
I don't know if I would have died. It would have eventually come to the point where I would have had to have the amputation done, or
Okay.
to have.
So
the
what was
leg
your
removed.
biggest fear at that point? Was it?
I really don't know if I had any specific fear, because I had kind of, through my wife saying that you're going to lose your leg over the years, and I'm like, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it. And over the years, I thought about it that, I'm going to lose my leg eventually. So I guess over the years, I kind of got myself used to it inside of myself.
Right.
That when the time came, I knew it was something that was an eventuality. And I did research and looked things up on what I had to look forward to. It's not like I wasn't somebody that was in a car accident that had no clue of this, went into the hospital, woke up from surgery, and there's no leg.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
That's more of a
That's a very traumatic.
shock type of thing. But there is a lot that your life changes.
So
And I had to go to physical therapy afterwards to basically learn how to walk again. And I thought I was doing fine until I went to my therapist the first time, and he says, "You're having back pain." I said, "Yeah, I'm having back pain." He said, "You're not doing this right. You're not doing that right," and basically taught me how to walk.
Is that right?
And use my body from
I want to learn more.
the entire thing.
All right, Rob Miller and Brendan Irwin, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. If you have any questions, by the way, the number to call is 622-9622. I probably neglected to say this segment is called In Step With You. It is brought to you by Mid-Florida Prosthetics and Orthotics. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Partly to mostly sunny today, breezy and cooler. A high of 56 to 61. Some clouds tonight, a low of 40 to 54. And clouds and sun with rain arriving late in the afternoon tomorrow. The high 61 to 69. Breezy and cooler with clouds and sunshine for Sunday. The high 57 to 60. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
For some, Valentine's Day means flowers and candy. Not for us.
Join us for the Valentine's Day Massacre, February 13th at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion.
For 7 scheduled bouts of live professional boxing entertainment. Each bout is highlighted with local boxers.
So come out and support the future boxing Ocala. First bout starts at 7 and doors open at 6.
Proceeds to benefit the Boys and Girls Club. Tickets start at only $15.
Get your tickets at Central Florida Boxing, 1032 Southwest 1st Avenue, or call 352-292-2103.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retooled.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out.
New shows? Check. We are Force. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
We are Force.
Located in Ocala, Rinstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Rinstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Rinstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Rinstar at 352-629-5800.
12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Brendan Irwin is here from Mid-Florida Prosthetics and Orthotics. Brendan is a certified prosthetist and orthotist. It just sounds so weird. And Rob Miller is here. Rob has a prosthetic left leg from the just below the knee down. And I love the story. I love the story about going to Haiti and helping the little children. I just wanted to say that again. Yeah. By the way, it's snowing in New York City right now.
I saw that this morning.
Is that where you're from? Is that where you're actually?
I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Well, it's probably snowing there too. I just
they can keep it.
Where are you from, Brendan? Did you grow up here?
You know, I'm from all over. I was born in Buffalo, New York.
Oh,
so I'm very familiar with
probably
snow
snowing there too.
Yeah. But I've moved around quite a bit. So
what's Haiti like? Haiti's real tropical, isn't it?
It is. It was hot. It was humid. I don't know.
And when was that? When did you go?
Just last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I went for a run and I had to stop. It was just so hot. You know, I just wasn't even being from Florida, it just felt hot to me down there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Rob, I want to ask you this. So you eventually got your leg amputated up to the point it is now.
Yes.
And now it's stationary. It's not going to move anymore, right?
I hope not.
Oh God. Yeah.
I've been a year and a half in this position now. So. But
now that you hooked up with Brendan and that's because you needed the prosthetic, obviously.
Yes.
Right? Was vanity an issue for you at all? Like, how does it look? Does that matter to you?
That doesn't bother me at all.
No. Well, obviously, you're walking around. You have shorts on, right? I mean, I could see it. I can't remember what you're wearing.
I have shorts. I have shorts on.
Shorts. At least your leg doesn't get cold.
It's easier to wear shorts and long pants.
Do you get the phantom pain that people talk about?
Every once in a while, I still do.
Really?
I can be laying in bed with my prosthetic off, and I will get feel like my foot is cramping up, and I'm sitting there. You try and lose. End up shaking my stump and looking down and trying to rub my foot, and I realize, hey, it's not there. It's
Brendan, is there an answer to that? How do you or explanation for that?
Yeah, well, it's not uncommon. We have a number, and that's usually part of my spiel when I first will meet up with a patient in the hospital or nursing home, and just let them and the family know, you're not crazy. When you feel your ankle itch or have pain, it's a normal phenomenon for a lot of people. Doctors have tried different types of medication. There's different therapies they do to try and minimize that. There's different things we do, but everyone has varying experiences as far as those phantom limb sensations.
The only thing I can relate to is having a beard, because I had one, and after I shaved off, I could still.
Yeah,
I would still feel it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Probably
Sure.
not even close. So obviously you're doing pretty. You have a really good attitude. So
well, thank you.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring him on here. Yeah.
In my personal situation, I did a lot of crying, and I had a lot of bad days with it. But
did you really?
I've come to the conclusion that it's what it is, and there's nothing that I can do that's going to bring my leg back. So it's what I have to deal with on a daily basis. And
Does it affect anything like driving, things that you use your feet
driving?
for?
It doesn't affect my driving at all. It affects how I have to get into an automobile.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't just put one leg up and put the other. I got to slide in. I slide into the seat, and then I got to put my one leg in and take the other leg. And it takes a little more time to do that. It's harder getting up in and out of chairs and out of a sofa. It's an effort to do that. But once I'm up and walking, I don't really have a problem with it. If I walk too far over the course of a day, I'll have pain in my leg.
Do you speak to people who are where you were 5 years ago to kind of?
I have. I don't go out and do it on a daily basis, but if I see people in a store, we'll stop. I was stopping people and talking to them, and now I'm finding that people are stopping me.
Brenda, do you recruit the people who you've worked with, like somebody like Rob, who could have such a positive attitude about it?
Yeah, and he and I have talked before, and one of the things that really have impressed me with Rob is really I can't ever remember you having a bad day. I mean, every time he came in, he was always enthusiastic, and it's great working with folks like that. I know I had one patient I'm thinking of right now where they called me up and said, yeah, I met this guy. His name's, Rob. He stopped me in the elevator and just seems like he's doing wonderful. And, my wife's going to need your services. And so, we have, when you met Joel last time we were here, we will lean upon, patients of ours to talk with folks sometimes, because not everybody responds as positively as Robert here.
You made it seem like such a big city when you said elevator. I'm thinking, where were you?
Well, the hospital.
Okay. Oh, the hospital. Yeah, that's one of the only places with an elevator.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Rob, you probably are an inspiration to young people that are looking at their choice of careers in the medical field, and maybe they'll see you and they'll sit down and talk to you, and maybe they want to go into the field of prosthetics, and they can get an actual person like yourself that has to have one.
To be honest, and I have a 12-year-old daughter that I do a lot of work with the school that she goes to, volunteer work. And as I'm walking through the school, and you have the little kids just stop and stare at you.
Looking at your leg.
And I know before this had happened to me, we would have our daughter, and we'd be out at a water park or something. You stare at the handicapped person. You tell them, don't stare.
Don't stare, right.
That's not the right thing to do. I get that now.
Oh.
And I don't. It doesn't. I can see both sides.
Sure,
of it.
sure.
Now, some people would have a problem with it. Myself, if I see a little kid staring at me, I'll go up and start talking to him and talk to the parents and say, if he has any questions or wants to know anything about it, feel free to talk to me about it, and I'll give you the answer. Because I don't want kids to be scared.
Can you do tricks with it? They can entertain the kids?
Can I do tricks with it? I try not to. But where she goes to school, there's one guy, there's one kid there. He calls me. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Oh no!
Every time he sees me, it's I'm the robot man.
The robot man.
Wow.
Oh, robot. Brendan, I have a question for you. I want you maybe to redefine what prosthetics means, simply because you're working with children who still have their legs.
Yeah.
So an external brace, is that considered a prosthetic?
No. So prosthetics is just something's missing. In Rob's case, it's his leg. So there's a body part that's missing.
Okay.
So it's something that we're putting on to replace it. Orthotics would be
well, that's the other half of what you do.
That's the other half of what we do. So down in Haiti, none of the kids, for example, that we worked with, none of them had any amputations, but there was a lot of CP, spina bifida, a lot of weakness. So they don't need a prosthetic, but what they do need is an orthosis. They need a brace to support them, to help them stand, to help them walk. Here in the States, we have a lot of patients that have had strokes or have MS, and so there's weakness, and we're providing braces or for their back, whatever the case may be.
And obviously a prosthetic is permanent, not the device itself, but for the rest of your life you have it. Orthotic, is it the same way, or does something? It's like braces for your teeth, where eventually you can take them off.
It depends. For some situations, it is temporary. For many situations, if they have arthritis in the knee, we're bracing that. That's never going to really change.
Okay,
if there's they've had a stroke and there's weakness, that's not going to probably get any better. So it's fairly permanent for orthotics as well.
And the people with MS now, it's so different than when it was like 40 years ago, because I had a cousin whose wife came down with it and she had to be in a wheelchair the whole time. And now you're able to get them up out of the chair.
Yeah, well, and there's different types of MS too. So some folks have periods where things get worse, and then they get a little bit better. But I have a gentleman I'm working with right now. Sad situation. His wife was diagnosed, and 5 years later he was diagnosed. But his is a progressive that's not going to get better. I mean, he's going to consistently, progressively, slowly deteriorate in his muscle function. Yeah.
Gosh.
I can't tell you how impressed I am with you, Brendan. You just really impressed me. I just love that story. I mean, you always have, but that story about going to Haiti, it just really touched me somehow.
Yeah,
working with children like that who wouldn't have any help at all.
What's impressive is the families down there.
Well, so you're taking it away from yourself. Well, that's even impressive.
Yeah, for me it was.
That's what Robin does all the time. I give her a compliment, puts it on, gives it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Rob, you as well. I mean, I'm so impressed with you. I mean, the fact that you are so. When you first came out, I said you got a fake leg, and
you don't see many people walking around with what I got on my leg right now.
You can't see it. He's got the Philadelphia Eagles. Logo on the socket. So.
Oh wow.
So now I asked about driving. Now that's his left leg, but it had to have been his right leg. Or if you're driving in. What do they use in England? Do they use the left leg?
You're on the other side. Yeah, you're. It would be reversed, I guess.
We have lots of patients that will drive. I had actually one patient that he was a bilateral above the knee amputee, and he drove a standard. I mean, he was engaging.
Meaning both legs?
Both legs. He had the accelerator engaged in the clutch. He was an exceptional case, but you can definitely learn to drive with the.
Do you know Matt Gibbs, he's the guy that auto repair show on Mondays.
Okay.
He's got a garage here.
Tuesday.
I'm sorry, Tuesdays now, yeah. And he's got a garage on Highway 27. Anyway, his son was in a bad motocross accident and is paralyzed from his chest down, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he has these wheelchairs, and he's like an Olympian wheelchair racer.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I don't know if you could ever get together with him or not, but
sure.
He's probably going to be in the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah. The Paralympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was in the. Were you at the Christmas parade?
I wasn't there. I was out of town.
Well, there was the reindeer run raced before the parade, and there was one wheelchair guy, and he was flying down the road. That was him.
Yeah,
that was him.
Good for him. Good for him.
Well, thank you for what you do. You're an inspiration to all of us, Brendan. How do we get a hold of you?
So the best way to get in touch with us is contact my office, and that number is 352-351-3207.
Okay. Call us if you need that repeated. Share this video with somebody you love, because that story that Rob told is going to inspire somebody who needs that inspiration. Rob Miller, thank you for coming in today.
You're very welcome.
Good stuff. Brendan Irwin, thank you.
Thank you. Had a lot of fun.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu.